Hello, and welcome. Another map review. We have the Strawberry Gem 20 maps to do. There's the review for the first one. We have the Crims and Faunananananans map, Sweet Dreams. So, Jam map. They're short. I'm going to try to make this review a bit shorter than I usually do as well. I say usually, I've only done 2 before. Yes, anyway, shorter. It's all the things, you can see them straight up. I'm not going to bother with the scrolly uppy dowdy thing. Difficulty 5. It's an easy medium-ish map, much like Entropy. Length is 2. Shortest map I've reviewed so far. It's a jam map, what do you expect? Aesthetics is a 9. Couldn't think of anything bad with it. There's no obvious brush strokes that I saw, there's no weird block variation, it all looks perfectly fine, but there's nothing awe-inspiring on the level of Entropy or Magecraft 3 or anything like that level, so I can't give it a 10 because it's not quite as good as that, but there's nothing wrong with it. Mob variation, there's nothing wrong with it. There are mobs, there are lots of mobs. They fit the theme of the area which they're in. Loot variation. It's too much at the end. There's too much stuff again. I've got lots of armor everywhere. I had too much excess stuff. I never used any of the golden apples. Probably I could have done. There's also too few torches. I had to keep going back to the first area to make more. Which breaks the flow a little. Balance. I think the first dark area is harder than the second one because of the whole void thing which you don't get in the second one, and that weird ender pearl thing at the end where you have to ender pearl over to the large glass wibbly wobbly vortex thing, and that's a bit challenging. I died the first time doing that on the recording that got corrupted, so yeah. And I didn't die with the second one, and the third one is back up to the curve again. Fairness, the only thing I can see which may or may not be fair is the possible teleporting into lava or any other bad situation that could happen when the flippy between dimensions goes off in the final area. That's just a side effect of that mechanic, really. I'm not sure how you would fix that, but it's a thing. And I do have I have a resistance buffer, as I've said down here, which helps a little bit. But it's still... and yes, you should know about it after the first teleport. You should be able to look around and say, okay, there's lava here. If I end off in this place, it's going to be bad. I probably don't want to make too much progress and put myself in a bad situation. But even so, it's... Area mechanics I've given a 5 because of the whole swapping light dark thing, which I think is really fun and cool and it works and it's interesting and original and blah 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 blah. I like it. Implementation thereof, again we've got the whole possible teleporting into a bad place thing, which is countered by the resistance buffer, but it also makes it really easy to get the second black objective. As you may have seen in my final episode, I just got the bed, then just waited there, and then got the concrete, which was in exactly the same place. I don't have to do anything, I just had to wait there for a couple of minutes for the swap to happen, and it would have been much more interesting, in my opinion, if the concrete was in a completely different place in the bed. Like if the castle had a little basement or something, bed was in the basement, concrete was at the top, just so you don't get them both at once, because otherwise there's kind of no point in having 2 objectives for the black area. They're both in the same place. And then there's also the ender pearl thing at the end of the first dark area, which is, I don't like ender pearling into a place which is going to be bad, because there's no way back out and you're only given 1, which means if you fail, which I did on the first recording, and then I have to bridge over, that's there as well. Originality, finally. The first dark area is generic grassland, second area is generic corridors, then we've got the whole dark light swappy worldy thing, which for the first and second times it's been done. It's been done with Monumenta. It's been done multiple times now with Monumenta. We've got the Nightmare Dungeon, which is the spoiler alert, and then we've got the amplified POIs as well, which are kind of the same thing but on the overworld level. And then it's been done with Ragecraft 2, I believe, and the dark version of the Nexus. It's been done there as well. And then we've had Entropy as well, where you get the dark version of the monument area for the very brief moment, and then you also get the dark version of the final area. Basically, it's been done. It's been done, it's been done, it's been done to death, as far as I'm concerned. It is a very interesting idea, but at this point, I've seen it before multiple times. The only thing which saves it is the teleport back and forth, which I'm trying to think, and I think I have seen it before, but I can't remember where. And I might just be making it up. So I think it might have been done before, but I can't remember it. So I'm going to say that it hasn't. That's pretty much the only original thing about this map, as good as it is. So, you have the generic grass, generic sewer, generic corridors, bit of overgrown stuff. It all looks nice, it's all perfectly playable, but there's nothing particularly new going on. Apart from the whole teleporty light swappy dark lighty thing, which is why this is as high as it is. So the total score is 41 out of 50. Which is good for jam map, I think. You got 72 hours. I like it, basically. It's good. And I've also started making this. I'm going to compile all of the different information. Also makes it easier for me to add things up, because I don't have to do it in my head. It does it automatically for me. Isn't much of a pain anyway in the first place. I know maths. But yeah, there we go. I can also, if it will let me click and drag, I can also quickly do this. We can see it all in order, which isn't that exciting so far because we've only done 3, but there we go. There's more of them as I do more maps, more stuff gets reviewed, more things we put in here. We'll end up with a nice long scoreboard of all of the best maps and the worst maps. And I'm gonna have to play some rubbish maps as well. Except this one isn't at the bottom because it doesn't deserve to be at the bottom. You have to find some bad maps to play. Anyway, that'll be it for this review. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you for the next one. Ciao.